Well, Pastor Dow, I don't think they do. And I think that this video or that introduction that Samuel L. Jackson did in the movie Pulp Fiction, yes, I think this was the perfect thing to bring up so that people would actually learn about their spiritual condition. When I'm like, almost dumbfounded at all of the comments, and truthfully, I didn't, you know, I you know I didn't expect for it to be such an explosion. But basically, I was just sending the information to you. You requested to me about that passage because, like you, and I'm 100% in agreement with you. Like you, the words are powerful, and the person who spoke the words spoke them powerfully. That's the only reason why I took it, because there were other passages that I could have, not other passages, but there were other methods and forms of that passage that I could have used, but I used that one because it was powerful, because it was a visual. The words were being printed out and displayed at the same time. A powerful speaker, whether he be whatever, he does speak powerfully, and his voice and emotion does capture those words. So that is the reason why I used that. And I used it in a interlude to something I was doing, and since you were one of the people who got me to, come out of the matrix, I sent it to you to see what you thought about it. Okay, so, and I haven't been watching you that long. I'm just really got turned on to you. So, I sent it to you because, watching some of your videos and stuff, I like what you have to say. Now, these people that are coming up against you and talking all this stuff about where it came from, you're absolutely right, Pastor Dow. They got too much time on their hands, and they need to go get a life somewhere. The reason why is because they take no effect of the word. The reason why I used it was because of the word. The word was spoken. The word is the word, and it comes and it cuts and it channels through all kind of stuff. Now, the way that the word was spoken also adds to that effect. So that is why I used it, and you're correct. I did do it and send it to you out the goodness of my heart. So, these people who are saying anything about that passage, they need to get a life. But what they do need to do on top of that is they need to recognize that words mean something. I think that we've forgotten this in the country. People are lazy in their thinking. They have no critical thought, as you say a lot of times. Because if they did, they would recognize the word for what it was and how it was used. I think many people have forgotten that the power of life and death are in the tongue, and many people treat that scripture as though it really doesn't mean anything. But what they forget, Pastor Dow, is that word right there comes from God, and God is not to be mocked, and the words He speaks are not to be mocked either, because that passage happens to be true. Because I if those people let that passage affect them, AFFECT, so much, then they got a problem. And I use the word affect in this way. If you go ahead and look in the dictionary, let's see if I can get this working here. If you go ahead and look in the dictionary at the word affect, it's a verb and a noun. I don't know if you can see that, but my video camera is not super high def and all of that. But to produce an effect upon, as to produce a material influence upon, an alteration in, to act upon, as a person or a person's mind or feelings, so as to produce a response. That's one definition. The other definition is to aim or to, let's see. To aim or to have affection for, excuse me, to be given to fancy. Let's see, to put on a pretense of, i.e., indifference or deeply hurt, which sounds like a bunch of these people are deeply hurt. To tend towards, or frequent, or inclined to. And then, just real quick, the noun version of that word means obsolete feeling or affection, the conscious subjective aspect of an emotion considered apart from bodily changes. Also a set of observable manifestations. So you saying what you said, or that not you saying what you said, but that video of the words you used had an effect on those people because they were allowed to be affected by it. What they should have did was focus in on the words in the contents of which they were used. And then they would have had a whole different perspective on, why you used that introduction the way you used it. So if you're one of those people out there who just has something negative to say, watch your tongue. Speak life and not death. Thank you.